I love All Saints Wake. Trick or treat.
He seems distracted, Cat. I don't think he has any candy. Maybe he needs help with something.
Yeah, he hasn't seen his airship in a long time, and fierce sky pirates have taken his vessel.
Pirates like us. Arr. Let's go investigate.
Aw, I was hoping for more candy. Alright, let's get back to adventuring. He says we need to go talk with a guy in the Sea of Clouds for more information.
Once upon a time, at the Sea of Clouds, Ron Tremont tells us of a ship to the north carrying valuable cargo.
Trick or treat? Ooh.
No, Cat, not the time for that. At the vessel to the north, we interrupt a group of sky pirates looking to make off with a trader's shipment. Before I get the chance to show them a Fire 4, a small ship flies low and knocks the pirates back. Out comes the renowned Red Bill Leofard. He's displeased with the ways of such lowly sky pirates, dragging their profession through the mud, so he offs them with 3 bullets. Nothing personnel, kid. Having saved the trader, he offers payment to Leofard, who gladly informs him that he's well known in Ishgard simply by name, and his payment would get to him soon enough.
Of course. Leofard has heard of us and asks if we're willing to take on a risky venture with him. He explains that a true sky pirate isn't all about robbing people, it's about the freedom to go where you will and seek adventure. He has an adventure in mind for us and asks we meet his associate at the Blue Window. We meet his associate Stacia, who is definitely not here handing out candy for All Saints Wake. She demands we stop and answer her question if we value our lives. We assure her we're here by invitation, and she agrees to take us up to the Red Bill base.
As we come up on the base, we hear Leofard talking to Rodlia. Rodlia came unannounced on behalf of the Talons to discuss entering a ghost ship with Leofard. Leofard declines her offer as he does not trust her mangy crew of murderous, untrustworthy bastards. As Rodlia leaves in a huff, Leofard welcomes us and states that he would have us join the Red Bills in boarding the ghost ship that has been seen drifting through the Sea of Clouds. Everyone who has tried boarding the ship goes missing, and the ship is now believed to be haunted. He believes that the ship is a relic left behind by the Allagans, and it may have ancient treasures. With the promise of a share of the loot, we happily accept and begin our search for the ship. Utada, the Red Bill's chief engineer, has a plan to help us track the ghost ship.
Utada created a device called the Ecto Compass that will read the unique etherical signature of the ghost ship and allow us to plot a reliable course to intercept it. We take flight up to the ship. The Void Ark is home to many monsters. This ark has more than 2 of each kind. At the core, we find a coffer of loot and a massive chained coffin. A devilish creature descends upon the coffin and begins casting a ritual spell, shaking the entire vessel. It's Diablos, a powerful void scent we defeated back in the city of Ampedor.
Suddenly, a cat, yes, another one, calls out to us claiming that we must evacuate quickly. We make our escape and the devil creature breaks free the coffin from its chains. As we leave the ghost ship, a beam shoots out of the ship, creating a tear in the skies, revealing the void as the coffin descends from the ship into the rift. The ship disappears into the clouds as we head back to base.
Back on land, Redley is waiting to ambush us and demands we hand her the ectocompass in exchange for Utada. Leofard agrees to give her the compass, but slips a link pearl into it first, allowing us to listen in. In other news, this kitty cat we picked up wants to learn more of our stories and demands we address it as Kate Sith. We head back to the Red Bills base to discuss the Void Ark with the Furball.
Back at base, Kate Sith explains that long ago in the city of Mach, in the lands of Ythame, a group of sorcerers brought a terrible power to bear against Ampedor and Nim in the War of the Magi. The destructive clash between black and white magic left its toll on the land, ultimately resulting in the colossal flood known as the Sixth Umbral Calamity. However, Kate Sith's master, High Void Mage Cessair, was wise enough to foresee the destruction and began construction of a vessel meant to usher the people of Mach to the skies, to safety. This vessel came to be known as the Void Ark, as it was powered by the energy of the many sealed void sent within. At the heart of the Ark lies Skathik, the Shadow Queen, guarded by Cessair herself. But as time elapsed, the void scent broke free one after another until the entire crew was killed, leaving only Cessair's familiar, Kate Sith, to watch over.
So that leads us to today. when a bat-like creature who has been growing in power over the years has finally made its move to release the Shadow Queen's coffin and take it away through a void gate to the temporal world. Ready for the adventure of a lifetime, the Redbills are quick to act in joining Cait Sith's mission to find the Queen's coffin and put an end to the Void Ark's relentless flight. Stacia informs us that the Voidsent have been seen all over, and Leofard needs our help to track them down. In the captain's quarter, we find Leofard and Cait Sith arguing about how to approach the missing coffin and whether or not we should ask other sky pirates for help. While they work out that plan, we'll help Uhtata with her investigation into the Void Ark.
When we arrive, she's kinda bummed, but after squeezing the life out of our cat friend, she cheers up quickly. She explains how she made another ectocompass, but this one points in the opposite direction of where they thought the Void Ark to be. Cait Sith surmises that the etheric signature the compass is tracking is not that of the Void Ark itself, but of the Voidsent within, and that the compass may now be pointing to Diablos and the coffin. Before we get too excited with our findings, we get word that Talon is approaching the Perak.
As we arrive, we encounter pirates from Talon crying out to Leofard to save their captain Radlia. They explain how the compass took them to some ruins when a spider demon knocked Radlia off the ship before they could escape. Listening into the Link Pearl, we hear that Radlia is still alive and mentions something about her enemies being after a Maquis artifact. Guess we need to head to Yefame Saltmoor just northwest of Mordona to learn more.
But wait, Cait Sith knows of Yefame. That's where the Nullstone is. Diablos must be after the Nullstone, an ancient Maquis, magi occult device meant to securely bind Voidsent to their will in the corporeal realm. The Nullstone's great power was too dangerous to relocate when the Sixth Umbral Calamity struck, so the Maquis left it sealed behind wards, guardians, and the ruins that the floods would create. It'll be a race to the Nullstone if we're to beat Diablos and save Radlia. Arachne Eve. Here's the spider girl Radlia mentioned earlier. Forgal, our emo zombie fanatic. Ozma, the greatest defense amidst the dark arts. And Califistri, our local barber. Just be careful she doesn't nick you in the head with her haircut.
At the heart of a massive pyramid in the ruins of Mach, we find ourselves in the chamber of the Nullstone. With the green orb in our possession, we are greeted by an old adversary, Ferdiad. He has captured Radlia and holds her hostage unless we exchange the Nullstone for her. Leofard steps forward to distract Ferdiad, while Cait Sith reveals the Nullstone's true form, a staff. Tired of this folly, Ferdiad attacks but is met with a blast of the Nullstone and must retreat. Having saved Radlia and secured the Nullstone, we make for the exit.
Back at the Perak, we talk with Radlia. She asks of her crew, but we have aught but bad news. Radlia tells us how she was driven to find the Nullstone after reading a book she found in some ruins in the Sea of Clouds. She hands us over the book. It's an ancient text from the Maquis, but most of the words have been lost to time. We offer her and her remaining crew a place within the Redbill crew, but she declines and storms off.
Back at Yefame Saltmoor, Diablos transforms from a bat to his demon form. Ferdiad joins Diablos. Diablos is angered that the Nullstone has fallen into mortal hands, but he worries not, since the Shadow Queen will come into full power soon. After some time reading the book, Cait Sith thinks that the text not only relate to Diablos and the Shadow Queen, but to himself as well. The book was penned by a Maquis sorcerer of superior standing, and it details the methods by which the full power of the Nullstone might be unleashed. It also has a number of revelations concerning Cait Sith's master, High Void Mage Cessair.
Apparently, Cessair herself was responsible for summoning Diablos. The demon was only ever meant to be a bluff in the War of the Magi, but the other Maquis sorcerer saw it as an easy win against Ampedor and set Diablos free. Cessair was imprisoned for her opposition to the full summoning. This power-hungry group also looked to summon the Shadow Queen Skathik to assist as well. When the flood occurred, the Maki sorcerers had no idea how to control the forces that they had unleashed. Had it not been for the White Mages of Ampidor sealing away the Shadow Queen, there's no telling what world would have emerged in the 6th Astral Era.
Now that Diablos plans to release his queen into the world, we have little time to prevent the rejoining. Luckily, Cait Sith now knows how to wield the Nullstone to full power, so if we can defeat Diablos, we can banish him.
Suddenly, shots cry out of the Parrot, and Leofard goes rushing out the door. We go outside to see Leofard knocked to the ground and Diablos holding the Nullstone. Diablos charges up to unleash a powerful attack against us, but is interrupted by the gunfire of the Talon crew. Extremely outnumbered, Diablos exclaims how he doesn't have time for this and takes a portal away from us. I guess in a way, Rodlia returned the favor of saving her life.
With Leofard wounded, we must leave him behind and head out with the Talon crew and Cait Sith to give chase to Diablos. We must attempt to regain the Nullstone and banish the Void creature from our realm.
Upon the deck of the Lady Rodlia, we encounter the hardest savage raid boss we've ever faced, Deathgaze Hollow. Up next is Ferdiad. Finally, we can put this Kefka wannabe down for good. Proto-Ultima. Such devastation. And finally, we face the Shadow Queen herself, Skathik. After her embarrassing defeat, her White Knight Simp Diablos challenges us. I should have known that this was a door boss fight. He too is no match at his current power level, so he fuses with Skathik to form Diablos Hollow, an extremely powerful Void Scent who is still surprisingly easier than that Deathgaze Hollow back in the ship.
Having defeated Diablos, we find the Nullstone left on the battlefield. Cait Sith is cautious of Diablos' presence lingering still, but Radlia goes to pick up the staff anyway. Diablos reemerges and knocks Radlia out of the way to take the staff for himself. He fires an energy projectile out at Cait Sith and knocks him back too. Diablos says that he has finally claimed the Shadow Queen's power, yet he is harried by us noisome weevils.
Diablos opens a portal in the sky, exclaiming his need to harness his newfound strength for future conflict. However, before he can escape again, Leofard flies the Ramil into Diablos, knocking the Nullstone free. Leofard takes shots at Diablos midair as he dismounts, but he too is knocked back by the demon's energy pulse. We grab the Nullstone and throw the staff to Cait Sith. With the staff in hand, Cait Sith finishes his master's work and banishes Diablos. Everyone is safe. Well, everyone except Leofard's ship, the Ramil.
Having freed the skies to fly once again, the Talons and the Red Bulls part ways as rivals. As we return to the cabin at the Perak, Cait Sith asks why Leofard is so melancholy. Stacia explains how Leofard was orphaned at a young age. His adoptive mother was a kind lady who spent hours reading to her son about faraway lands. However, she grew ill and found herself unable to venture outside. Leofard cared for her until one day death finally carried her away to Thal's halls. Her final wish was that her son break free of the conformity she had always endured and that he live his life free as a bird. In a way, Leofard would take her with him on his future adventures, naming his prized airship after her, Ramil.
Leofard joins us in the cabin and asks us not to feel sorry for him. He says that Ramil taught him that it's not protecting memories that's important. It's having the strength to follow your path and make those memories in the first place. He invites Cait Sith to join the Red Bill's crew, and gives the kitty cat a new scarf to replace his tattered cape. Cait Sith accepts, and we head out back to Coldwind to part ways. A fine farewell, Captain. For now. Avasti, matey. Y'all be a sky pirate now on me crew.
Who made you the captain?
'Cause I have the captain's hat. Now get a scout in the seven seas.
Arr, you be full of it, but alright. I spy a strange creature off in the distance.
Does he don a blue marker above his head?
Sure.
Plot a course, adventure awaits. Be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe down below.
What did you enjoy or not enjoy about the Shadow of Mach raid series? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching!